Farid Ahmed's words of forgiveness were heard around the world following a terror attack in Christchurch, New Zealand.
I want a heart that will be full of love and will forgive lavishly.
Farid's wife Husna was among 51 Muslims massacred as they worshipped at two city mosques. And yet Farid chose love over hate.
I don't want to have a heart that is boiling like a volcano. A volcano has anger, fury, rage.
In this podcast, Farid shares his own extraordinary life story, weaving everyday lessons from a series of savage life shocks that would have overwhelmed many. He explores the nature of compassion and how forgiveness has helped him deal with his own trauma.
People ask me, why did you forgive someone who has killed your loved wife, beloved wife?
His words and stories offer both healing and hope for the future.
If our heart is full of love, then peace will start from here.
Episode 5. Beaten until he was bleeding.
Naturally, I was very sensitive to injustice. And compassion and justice, those two things are very much linked. Compassion doesn't mean that you empower the wrong thing, criminal thing. Compassion is for the right thing, for the good thing. And as a result, one has to have a sensitivity towards justice or injustice. I noticed that in my very young age, in my childhood, I didn't like unfairness. I didn't like injustice. And I was quite stubborn about it. Very stubborn, you could say. I could take risk for it. For example, one day, my oldest brother, he hit me hard and I started crying. In my mind, the biggest thing in my mind was, he did wrong. It was not just. He was unfair. So I went to my mom and I said, it was unfair. I want you to do the justice. So mom is mom, busy with everything. She probably did not take it seriously because kids, they fight and then they forget about it. So she said, don't worry now, go and have your food. And I said, no. Until I get my justice, I am on hunger strike.
That is stubborn.
Yeah. At that time, how old was I? About 10. So I stopped eating, I stopped drinking. And that was one of my bad nature. Anything I saw wrong, but I was so, on the other hand, lovey-dovey, you could walk on me. But if I saw something unfair, I was stubborn. I want justice. Otherwise, I don't feel happy about it. So until I get the justice done, I would be stubborn. So I have these two personality, a very easygoing, but unfairness, crime, I'm tough. All right. All I wanted was not him to be punished. All I wanted the acknowledgement that this action was right, this action was wrong. That's all I wanted. So he could learn the lesson, I could learn the lesson. It was not done. About 8 hours went away. I'm in my room. Mother is coming time to time. Come, shall I bring the food here? No. Please don't ask me, because I don't want to be angry. I don't want to angrily tell you something wrong. So I'm begging you, don't come to my room. But mother is mother. She would come. That day, it was around 4 p.m. That day, unexpectedly, my father came home. Usually he comes at home by 10 p.m. after doing everything. That day he came early. And he found out that I was not eating. So he also came to my room. He took it very easy. And he said, go and eat. Probably he thought, this little guy, he will listen to me, because he's very gentle. I can tell him and he will just do. So he just told me and went away. But my little mind said, I expected some justice from my father. What did he do? He only came and ordered me. He could have asked me, son, what is wrong? Do you want to tell me your story? At least something fatherly, like a loving father. He came and ordered me instead of asking about my pain. So, no, I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to listen to him. And until I, get some sort of judgment, I'm not moving. I thought he would go away. He was busy. Maybe after half an hour, he came back and he saw me. I was still lying on my bed. And now I understand. He must have taken it in a way that his son was becoming a disobedient child. And he could not digest it. So he became angry, came, held me up, took me outside at the back. And at the back there was a sort of water tank, about half a meter high wall, a square one. Inside it was water. He took me there and he started beating me with cane, not small cane. We had our, in our home, we had heaps of bamboos, all sorts of bamboos, and some of the canes are this big. He was beating me, and he was saying that apologize. And I said, I am innocent. So I did not apologize as he said, and he was keep beating me. The beating was such, my skin broke and I was bleeding. The water in the tank was all red. I was such obstinate, because in my mind, I was thinking, Dad, you are not doing justice. That's all was in my mind. And the rest of the thing was empty. I did not think in any otherwise way. And for him, probably he was also too much focused on child is becoming disobedient. He needs to be punished and he needs to be brought in the line. So he was keep asking me, apologize. And because of his strong nature, everyone else at home was scared of him. He said, no one will dare to come here. So my condition was worsening, but I was not giving up.
You're still not eating.
No, I'm still taking the beating.
Ah,
I'm still taking the beating. And he was keep asking me that, say you are sorry and you will go and eat. And I said, I did not get my justice. And at one point, I looked at his eyes and I said, kill me. When I said that, I noticed that he was suddenly jolted, electrified, and his hand became loose and his cane dropped. I still remember, he stood like numb. And then after a minute, he got his sense back, quiet, no comment. He just walked back into his room, into the house, and he went to his room. That was most unusual in my father. So then, mom and others came, carried me, took me to a room just beside his room to do the dressing, to do the care, to do the nursing. And then I decided to open my mouth. All these years, like all other siblings, I was too scared to talk to my father because he was such a high authority that we only took the order. We never dared to talk to him. That was our culture. Our culture was mom would never give a hug to the child. Dad would never give a hug. But you could see from their action, they would give their life for you. They know every little details that your shoes lace is torn. Time to get another shoes. He will know, but no hug. There was a distance. So I decided to open my mouth because I was in this room, he is in that room, the doors are open, he would listen to me. That day, I gave him a telling, man. I could never imagine to make point against my father like a little judge. I said, Father, first of all, you destroyed your own reputation. All your life, you have been judging other people fairly, and I witnessed today you were unfair. And I will tell you why. All I wanted is justice, because I believe unfairly I was beaten. Mom failed in this because I told her. And you, when you heard, what did you do? You came and ordered me. This is not right, Dad. You should be act like a loving father. If you could have just rubbed my head and said, silly boy, what is wrong? That would have been enough. But there you failed. As a result, I misunderstood. And because I didn't get justice, and I expected, because you were a judge, like judging others, you would take this, your children's issue, as you take with others. That's what I expected. You didn't. Even without hearing my side of the story, you decided, you jumped into the conclusion that I was wrong and I deserve to be punished. Did you ever ask my story? You didn't. And then you beat me, and the way you were going, I thought that your ego was in the heaven. You lost your compassion at that time. The degree of the legal discipline, you lost the degree. All was your ego, that I should tell sorry to you. Momentarily you were blinded with your ego there. I saw in your face, and you were keep asking me, apology for what? You did not even take the full case. You did not do proper justice. Then why are you asking apology from me? When and how did you decide that I was the wrong one? You did not follow the process. And that's why you were wrong. You abused me. But you did one favor. After this beating, I have learned to talk back to you. And I will never disobey you. I'll never show any disrespect to you. But from today, Dad, if I notice anything you did wrong, I'll tell you, be sure. And I'm challenging you now, because friends and family and relatives are there. Whatever I said here, if I am wrong, I'm challenging you, Dad. Explain to me, convince me that what I said is wrong, then I will apologize. Not a single word from him. He didn't say anything. So from that day onward, my father always used to talk to me about any decision. But he never talked to his other kids. He has learned, and I have learned. What I have learned? I have learned that when he came, okay, he was busy. I should have told him. He came to my room in his busy schedule. Yes, he said to me in a hurry that, son, go and eat. Why didn't I follow him and go to his room? Dad, I have something to talk to you. I have this situation. My condition is, you do the justice here, then I'll eat. Why didn't I go? I didn't go, and I gave the room for him to suspect me that I was a disobedient child. And I broke his heart, because he knew me. He had 100% faith in me that this child is very obedient. I'm proud of him. So I did not do my job either. I was stubborn. I was not communicative. My mistake was I feared him. And now I told him off. But no, he did not come and beat me. He did not even say that you are too young, don't talk to me like this. No. Now after getting the beating, I know him now, that if I had challenged him before, then he would not have misunderstood me, and I would not have been so much punished. So, that was a good learning. And I opened up, and since then, anything I did not like, I talked to him. And any decision regarding me, he came and talked to me. We became very good friends.
This story, which is just so powerful, began with the question of compassion, how we get there, and the idea that we make mistakes along the way.
We do.
is the essence of what you're saying here that if we hold ourselves first, strongly first, there is a risk that the ego
is the big problem here. And so at the end I realized that my father was compassionate because he could not take my word KILL, because I saw how stunned he was, electrified, so much so that he came down to his sense. What am I doing? Because he was sacrificing all his life for his children.
It does, Farid, if I may say, bring in that notion of righteousness. When we think we're right as well, that can overpower everything.
Yes.
Our understanding, our values, our,
Yes. Yeah.
You were being righteous about, until I get justice, I don't
Yes.
eat. Your dad was being righteous about
Yeah.
obedience is what is your duty to me.
So the lesson is we got to be always more communicative. Close like this. If we leave a gap, then misunderstanding comes in. If we communicate at that time, then we are wiser and we can solve anything. And that's how even in bigger scale, why war begins. Lack of communication.